Hello guys, today's class is that is the analysis of the question paper of MEDHA 10.0, that is the National Qualifier test, which was conducted here on 27th, not 20th, on 27th. So here you can see this, right? It was conducted on 27th November 2022. Is it clear? So the purpose of this one is here the question paper analysis and doubts clearance and knowing the answers with explanation. Right? See this question paper. The first 1 to 5, first 5 questions are based on reading passages. Right? So read the instructions first. Read the passages and the questions that follow. Then choose the letter of the best answer based on the information given. And first read the paragraph. See the first one? Okay. In the 3rd and 4th centuries, the Germanic tribes of Central Europe joined the forces and plundered the crumbling Roman Empire. But they in turn became the victims of the Norse invasions of 8th century. The Norsemen raided villages in every region. They killed the men, abducted the women and children, and then departed in their fast sailing ships, leaving nothing but a few smoldering ruins. So the question is, what does the author mean by the statement, they in turn became the victims? They means, who are those? Germanic tribes. Okay, they in return became the victims. So they suffered actually. Okay, in turn, right? So see the options here. The Germanic tribes turned on the Norse invaders in the 8th century. The Germanic tribes and the Norse invaders took turns in attacking the Roman Empire. The Germanic tribes received the same treatment from the Norsemen that they had given the Roman Empire. What did they give to Roman Empire? They plundered. Okay, and they plundered the crumbling Roman Empire. Is it clear? Right? Means they destroyed and they plundered the Roman Empire. They in turn became victims, means again they became victims in the hands of the Norsemen. Right? So, okay. Read option D also. The Roman Empire was first plundered by the Germanic tribes in the 3rd and 4th centuries and then by the Norsemen. No. Norsemen raided with they killed men. The Norsemen raided villages in every region. Every region of where? Here? Of German. Okay, Germanic tribes. So actually here, what is the answer? C is the answer. They received the same treatment from the Norsemen that they had given to Roman Empire. So they destroyed Roman Empire and they were destroyed by Norsemen. That is the meaning of this song. Right? Is it clear? So they in turn became the victims. Right? So C is the answer. Next one. Erosion of America's farmland by wind and water has been a problem since settlers first put the prairies and grasslands under the plow in the 19th century. By the 1930s, more than 280 million acres of farmland were damaged by erosion. After decades of conservation efforts, soil erosion has accelerated due to the new demands placed on the land by heavy crop production. In the years ahead, soil erosion and the pollution problems it causes are likely to replace petroleum scarcity as the nation's most critical natural resource problem. So, why does the author mention petroleum scarcity? Why does the author mention petroleum scarcity? To show that petroleum scarcity will become the most critical natural resource problem. Second, to prove that petroleum is causing heavy soil erosion and pollution problems. To indicate that soil erosion has caused humans to place new demands on heavy crop production. To emphasize the fact that soil erosion will become the most critical problem the nation faces. So read these underlined sentences. In the years ahead, soil erosion and the pollution problems it causes are likely to replace petroleum scarcity. Petroleum scarcity is the major problem here that a country faces generally. But it is to be replaced by this problem of soil erosion and the pollution problems it causes. Right? So, see this option C, to indicate that soil erosion has caused? No. Read D, to emphasize the fact that soil erosion will become the most critical problem. Oh, yes. So, now petroleum scarcity is the major problem. And the soil erosion will replace this problem of petroleum scarcity. Means soil erosion becomes the most critical problem. Okay. And it replaces the problem of petroleum scarcity. Till now, petroleum scarcity is the major problem. But in future, soil erosion will become the major problem. So, to emphasize that one, he mentions these two lines. Okay? Right. Next. Third one. Contamination of the sea caused by oil spills is a critical problem as the wind and wave action can carry oil spills a great distance across the sea. However, there are ways in which oil spills in the sea can be dealt with. For example, straw, which can absorb up to 4 times its weight in oil, can be thrown on the spill and then be burned. Oil can be broken up and sunk by sand, talcum powder, or chalk. Under experimentation, some chemicals have been shown to disperse the spill into droplets, which microbes can then destroy. Why does the author mention that straw can absorb up to 4 times its weight in oil? So, where is that here? For example, straw which can absorb up to 4 times its weight in oil. Why does he mention this one? What does it mean? Read the options. To emphasize the versatility of straw. To show why straw is useful in cleaning oil spills. To compare the weight of straw to that of oil spills. To give background on the properties of straw. No. What is that? Here, this B is a correct one. Okay? Straw which can absorb up to 4 times its weight in oil. Why? It can be thrown up on the spill and then be burnt. Right? At that time, oil can be broken up and sunk by sand, talcum powder or chalk. Is it clear? Right? Under experimentation, some chemicals have been shown to disperse the spill into droplets and microbes, which microbes can then destroy. So here, straw which can absorb up to 4 times its weight in oil. Is it clear? This straw is used here in cleaning up oil spills. So answer is here B only. Next one. See, the quality of the graphics output on a computer printer is measured in DPI, that is dots per inch. Simply by changing the density of dots that make up each part of an image, the printer can produce graphics that look almost photographic. To understand how this works means how graphics, okay, that look almost photographic. How the printer can produce graphics that look almost photographic. To understand how this works means how the printer works. Okay, right? Consider how a black and white photograph shows the shades that in real life are colors. Each color is a different shade of gray. For graphics to be produced on the computer printer, a piece of software called a printer driver decides upon a dot pattern that will represent each color shade. These different patterns are textures. Each create an individual effect that your eye translates into gray shades. The closer you look at the image, however, less lifelike it looks. Why does the author mention a black and white photograph? To explain how a printer makes graphics. Okay, read the next one also. To compare the clarity of computer graphics to photographs. To emphasize the difference between color graphics and black and white graphics. To convince the reader that DPI is preferable to photography. So what is it here? From this sentence you can say, to understand how this works. This means printer. Okay. So answer is here, A only. To explain how a printer makes graphics. Okay. Right. Next. Read this paragraph. Endisha Ida Holland became a playwright by a mere twist of fate. Studying at the University of Minnesota, Mrs. Holland was consumed by activities other than academics. She helped start student groups dedicated to racial progress and black unity. Off campus, she formed an organization to get former prisoners back on their feet. So diverted, it took her nearly 15 years to earn her bachelor's degree. When she found herself 4 credit hours short of a degree, she enrolled in an acting course which she thought would be easy because of her experience on speaking tours. But by transposing 2 numbers, Mrs. Holland accidentally signed up for an advanced playwriting seminar. An author was born. Accidentally signed here. Right? So, what does the author mean by stating Endisha Ida Holland became a playwright by a mere twist of fate? What does it mean? It took nearly 15 years to complete her bachelor degree. An author was born. She didn't intend to take the playwright seminar. She had experience because of her speaking tours. She became a mere twist of fate. That means she didn't intend to take the playwriting seminar. Right? So option C is the correct one. So actually, she didn't intend actually. Right? So accidentally she signed up. Okay. That's why it was not her intention, but just by mere twist of fate here to complete to get credits to complete her course, she has signed up that advanced playwriting seminar. Thus she became an author. So all here took place accidentally, right? So let us move to the next one. Yeah. Find a word that is a synonym of diminutive, minute, okay, like that. Is it clear? Diminutive, okay, or diminute. So what is the answer here? Synonym is asking a synonym. What is it here from this one? Minute, okay, you can see, okay, there is a root word called minute. Minute means very small. Here, petit also, here this is also here small only. Its meaning is also small. Expeditious is somewhat large. Dangerous is not correct here. Fallacious means fault, mistake. So option A is the correct one. Okay. Next, select the word which means the same as the group of words given. Making a show of being normally superior to others. Morally, not normally, morally superior to others. What is that? Approving, sanctum, profligate. No, this is a sanctimonious is being pure, okay, right here, better than you attitude is called sanctimonious. Is it clear? Sanctum means chamber only. Profligate means spread widely. That is also not correct. Sanctimonious means, okay, that nature is here, I am here better than you attitude. Is it clear? So answer is option D. Next, select the most appropriate option to fill in the blank. The dash speech did not impress the audience as they could not really make out the focus of our discussion. Contagious, no, concurrent, contaminated, convoluted. Contagious diseases means infectious. Infectious speech, okay, wrong. Concurrent means coexisting. Contaminated means dirty, impure, like that. Contaminated water, we say, no, like that. Convoluted means elongated, elaborate, or complex. So option D is the correct one. Option D. Contagious means infectious. Concurrent means coexisting here. Contaminated means impure, dirty. Okay. Convoluted means elongated or complex. Right? So answer is D. Next one. Select the word which means the same as the group of words given. A private conversation between two people. Monologue is here the speech given by only one person. Okay, one side only. Dialogue here, okay, two persons here, right? Ceremony here, that is prayer like. So answer is this one only actually. Private conversation. Okay? Yes. Next, select a word which means the same as the group of words given. Proceeding in a gradual way and secretly intending to cause harm. What is the answer here? Benevolent means kind only. Malevolent means okay, bad intention. Okay, solvent, okay. Insolvent, solvent, okay, that is debts or something like that. Okay. Insidious is the one here. This is the correct option. Proceeding in a gradual way and secretly intending to cause harm is insidious. Malevolent is just bad intention only, but not this one. Right? Next. Questions 11 to 30. Identify which part of the following sentences contains error. Okay? If there is no error, choose option D. Read the sentence and see the one. The transport has been arranged to facilitate the students in visiting the books fair. Books fair is wrong. Book fair. So option, okay, this one, option D is the correct one. Here, if there is no error, select the option E. Select option E. No error is option E. Book fair. Don't say books fair. Okay? So plural is not here for this one. Plural is, okay, it is book fair only. Fair is noun, book is adjective here. It is a category. So for adjectives, don't give any plural form. Okay? So it's book fair, not books fair. Next. Intelligent people always avail of the opportunity. So, in this one, see here, no error is a D option only. Intelligent people always avail of. So, remember this verb avail is always followed by reflexive pronoun. So, avail is followed by avail plus reflexive pronoun, okay, plus of, plus something. So, what is the reflexive pronoun after here? Intelligent people always avail themselves here. It should be themselves. So, mistake is here. They always avail themselves of. Avail themselves of the opportunity. Right? Next, each of these books are very useful to college students. Each of these books means singular only. So each of them, every one of them, any one of them, none of them. Okay? Is it clear? None of them, any one of them, each of them, every one of them, either of them, neither of them. All these are singular only. Each, every, any, none, either, neither. They indicate singular only. So each of these books means singular only. When it is singular, here the verb should be is. So what is the answer here? Error is in part B. Here also error is in part B. Okay? Next. She is more beautiful than any one of her two sisters. Anyone. So don't use anyone. When there are only two, you can say either of her two sisters. Okay, when we speak of only these two, we have to use either of the two, neither of the two, okay, each of the two, like that. If it is more than two, any of the two, any of the three, okay, none of the three, more than two. If you speak of more than two, we have to use any of the three, none of the three, every one of the three, like that. If you speak of only two, either of the two, neither of the two, each of the two, like that. So here, she is more beautiful than either of her two sisters, either. So mistake is in this place. So answer is C only. He is the same man who has helped us in our work. So when we say he is the same man is not necessary because he is the man who has helped us. So when we are already here defining this one, so defining this man, so here same is not necessary. So here answer is A. Next, he as well as they were here for their dinner. He as well as they. So, as well as they, whenever this one is here followed by as well as, don't count this part here. So, here it is a singular only. He as well as they. Okay? As they, like those people, he was here. What is the answer here? He was here. So, mistake is here only. So, what is the option? Answer B. He as well as they. So, don't count here this part. He along with them. He along with his parents. He as well as his parents. When here, this one is followed by as well as along with, don't consider here this part, okay, for the agreement with the verb. So, this will become the subject of this verb. So, it is singular only. He was here for their dinner. He was here for their dinner. Okay, like them, as they, as well as they, those people, he was here for their dinner. The only good thing about these pens, the only good thing, it is singular, about these pens is. So, mistake is in option C. Right? Next one. Only good thing means singular. About these pens, the only good thing is, right? Next. Whom do you plan to invite to your party besides Mr. Rao and I? Besides Mr. Rao and me. Besides me. Don't say besides I. Okay? Besides Mr. Rao and me. So, what is the option here? Option D is correct. Next, I believe that the persons engaged in the teaching line are doing the best services to the nation. The persons engaged in the teaching line, don't say line. Teaching field or teaching profession. Teaching field or teaching profession. Is it clear? So, the mistake is in first part only. What is the answer? Answer A. Okay? Object to war, not, okay, I object to war. Not because it drains economy, but it seems inhuman. Is it clear? I object to war not because it drains economy, but it means third person singular. So here it should be seems. It seems inhuman. Okay? Right. India and Pakistan have always been at loggerheads with one another on the Kashmir issue. Here, what is the answer here? India and Pakistan have always been at loggerheads with each other. With each other. So here, answer is C only. So between two each other, okay, if it is more than two, we have to say among many, among more than two, among three, among four, like that. If it is between two, so we have to say each other. If it is more than two, one another. Is it clear? So, between India and Pakistan, only two are there. So, it should be each other. If it is more than two, we can say one another. Right? Next. The alleged murderer of the innocent children are still at large in spite of best efforts of the police. The alleged murderer of the innocent children. So our topic is the alleged murderer of the innocent children. He is only here. So our topic, this is the subject of the innocent children. The alleged murderer is. So it is singular. So don't get confused here. Don't think this innocent children is the subject of this one. What is the subject here? This is the subject. The alleged murderer of the innocent children. The alleged murderer is still at large in spite of the best efforts of the police. Right? So here in identifying this subject, okay. So don't just get mistaken seeing that children are, okay, like that. See the, okay, topic of the sentence, see the topic of the phrase in the subject. Okay, we are speaking of the alleged murderer. Of whom? Of innocent children. Is still at large in spite of the best efforts. Next, it is no use learning by rote any phrase which you do not understand. It is no use learning by rote is wrong. Learning by writing. It should be, okay, noun only. Ing form can be used as nouns. But rote, that is a V2 form, past participle form, it cannot be used as noun. Right? Next. This is interesting, 24th. I, who is at your services, should not be ignored. So here, who represents what? Who represents what? I. Who represents the I? Okay? When who represents I, so this verb should agree with I only. When who, this verb should, who represents I, right? So this verb also should agree with I only. So here instead of is, it should be am. I, who am at your services, should not be ignored. Right? It sounds quite different here. It may be somewhat strange to us to digest, but it's only correct. This is only correct. Okay? Because here this is agreeing with this who represents I only. So this verb should okay, agree with I only. So what is the rule here? Yeah, the verb should agree with the relative pronoun, okay, and the relative pronoun represents this one. So the relative pronoun is representing its preceding noun or pronoun. So the verb also should agree with this this subject only. Right? Next one. Is it clear now? Okay, it sounds strange only, but it's only true. Who belongs to I? So this verb also should agree with this one only. Next. 25th. The horse which is leading in the race belongs. Here it should be belongs. Does form. Okay. Answer is C. Belongs. We are speaking of the horse. Horse belongs to Mr. Bhatia. Which horse which is leading in the race belongs. Here this is third person singular. So here it should be does form. Belongs. So answer is C. Here in 24th, what is answer? Answer is A. In this one, answer is A. In this one, answer is B. Right. Next, the thief was arrested and his pockets. So thief was arrested. Okay, this is agreeing with this one. And here the pockets were searched. Here it should be were searched. Okay, because here it is plural. Here it is singular. So this was cannot come here. So here is since it is singular, was is coming, the thief was arrested. Since it is plural, his pockets is plural. So here we have to add were searched. Okay. If in both places, here and here, if both places was is there, we can avoid was here. But here, okay, since it has to agree with the plural one, so here we have to use were. The thief was arrested and his pockets were searched. So answer is here C. There are 670 students in our college. 670 students. So generally how to say 670 students. And should be there. 670. Don't say 670 students. 670 students. So answer is here. What is that? A. Answer is A. Okay. Next one. Chand loved Sangeeta more than anything else in the world and wanted to marry her. Loved Sangeeta more than anything else is wrong here. Anyone else. We are speaking of the persons. Okay. Next. And wanted to marry her several times. This is also wrong here. Wanted. Marrying several times is wrong actually. Okay. So wanted to marry her several times, that is wrong actually. Don't say several times. So several times it may come here. Wanted several times to marry her. So this is also anyone, anything, okay. So even love can be towards okay, properties also, some things also, no problem. Here you can accept this one. So the mistake is here. Wanted to marry her several times. Marrying several times is here wrong. So what is the mistake in this one? C. Right. Next one. All his family members are settled in Europe. All his family is wrong. So all, okay, represents members only. So here it should be all members of his family. All members of his family. So here it should be his family members. Expression is wrong. Members of his family. Members of his family. This is the correct. All members of his family is the correct expression. So option is B. Next, he has written an autobiography of his father. Autobiography means okay, self-history only. So, right? So he has written the biography of his father. So it should be biography, not autobiography. So answer, the mistake here is in part B. Next, the officer received order to enforce discipline among his subordinates. The officer received orders here. Whenever the word order is used as a noun, it should be always plural. Received orders. The judge passed orders. The officer received orders. The judge issues summons. So there should be here summons only, orders only. Is it clear? Right? As a noun, okay, this should be always in plural form. Received orders, passed orders. Is it clear now? Right. Now here is a correction for the date. See guys, okay, you can okay, go through the question paper once again and you can listen here And if any queries, okay guys, all the best.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.